Yeah, but we're back here, guys. Last couple laps to go. Lap 32 out of 35. I do apologize for that. My computer had it to stop for some reason, but we're back. Daguerre, I was going to answer you in the chat. JML has 1 3-second time penalty, as I was trying to get that to connect back. We are here. Zolo has, I believe, up to 6 seconds now. I don't know if Senna has any or not. We have a good battle here. Defiance is going hard with a brand new set of softs against Dansberg. Jump on board with the AlphaTauri driver, battling the Haas driver. Last few laps here. Dansberg trying everything he can. He's on the hard compound, so I think he's just going to have to forfeit that 6th position here. As you believe, Fatal is going to have a solid, good run here. DRS is now his. Fatal sets the fastest lap of the race. He's going to go for the inside move. Looks like he's just around there. Up to P6 goes Defiance. Dansberg going to try to hold on the back of him and use him as a toad, maybe to try to connect a little bit of time. Dansberg has DRS now. Senna within half a second. It's a little bit of a mistake attacking that chicane there. He's falling back to 8/10. Yeah, what a wild race this was. After the restart, it just kicked off, and I believe it was Lunino, Bill, and Carlos who all crashed out. And Senna have anything to say against these guys ahead of him. We'll have DRS on the Ferrari from ultimate lap of this Hungarian Grand Prix. On board with the Alfa Romeo driver. As Fatal sets another fast lap of the race. 17.6. Ooh, you can see how close Marcus got to that chicane. Attacking the curves as much as he can, trying to find that time to get that gap back down. As JML is teeter-totting around on that 3 seconds that he needs. Can he do it? Can he get himself a win this evening? It would be a huge confidence booster after an unfortunate race last week where he crashed midway through the race, which I didn't expect to see happen. Possum gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Most of the gaps behind them are separated. So this is going to be the main fight towards the end of this race. It's going to be coming down right to the border. JML now 3.2 seconds separate himself from the Ferrari driver ahead, or just behind. Final lap of this race. What is going to happen? Prix gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Can Senna get himself close enough? Can Zolo get himself close enough? I know he has a little bit more penalties. Hart Legend gets himself another time penalty. This man doing everything he can to hold on to that lead. Looks like JML might just about walk away with this. 3.4 seconds now separates himself from the Ferrari driver. JML putting in a solid race this evening. Just what he needed. Put himself right back in. Hopefully that builds his confidence going into the Belgian Grand Prix as well. But final few corners separate this man from the checkered flag. Coming around the final right hand. Will JML, or has he done enough to take it this evening at the Hungary ring? Crosses line P1. Zolo's going to cross P2. However, Senna going to take it. Senna goes P2. Zolo P3. Rashi, solid race this evening, is going to cross the line P4. Devla is going to cross in P5. Will Fatal cross? And we're interested in the time penalties that come in after this race. Fatal's going to cross the line in P6. Dansberg, solid race from this GP3 reserve this evening. Puts himself P7 on a GP2 race. Croce A little bit down the road here. Last couple of corners, almost loses the back end of that car. Solid race though for the Ferrari team, that's for sure. Gonna cross the line in P8. Legend P9, I think Livid's gonna take that from him. Goes up to P9, so Heart Legend rounds up the top 10. Driver of the day is Fatal Defiance for a solid race this evening for himself. Give you guys a nice little podium celebration, then we'll give you the race results. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the final race results for the Hungarian Grand Prix. JML picks up the win after a solid performance this evening. Senna crosses the line in P2, and Zolo cross out the podium, or finish out the podium, not cross out the podium. Running the rest of the order, we have Rashi in P4, Devlin P5, Fatal Defiance in P6. We have Dansberg P7, Croce P8. We have Libido Possum P9, and Legend are our top 10 finishers. Our casualties, unfortunately, are SF1 Carlos, Bill, Looney Moo, and Becker for this race. And move it on to the podium interviews. I get these guys in. Just gonna find them. Alright, we do have SF1 Senna here, just waiting on Zolo. See if he joins. Just give it a couple more moments here. Don't know if Zolo's gonna join in.
Not sure, I've sent him an invite as well, mate.
Yeah, I don't know if... I know he is French. I don't know if he speaks English or not. Ah, it looks like he's here. Alright. Zolo's made it into the party. Hey, he's got no mic connected though. Zolo, if you can hear me, if you got a mic, go ahead and plug that in. We'll get these podium interviews started. Well, I want to take up too much of anybody else's time. So we're going to get this podium interview, this single podium interview underway with SF1 Senna. What a race you had. Started, I think it was P4, pretty much held P4, P5.
P5, yeah.
And held P5 to P4 pretty much the whole race, right up until, who was it? I think it was Bill who went off, and then you guys, you found yourself into P3 pretty much the rest of the race, just holding onto the car. Kept it clean, which gave you P2 off of track penalties, because Zolo was pushing a little bit too much, got himself up to 6 penalties. And for a while, JML actually had a 3-second penalty, which you guys were in charge of. You were right behind him, but unfortunately he put his foot down and put a little bit of spice and fire on that championship talks between you and him. So Senna, give us a rundown of that race.
Yeah, no, that was it's almost a big race of follow the leader, really. Follow the leader, because whatever I did, I couldn't get past Kizunzolo. He had a cracking race, one of the best races I've ever seen him have. Um, it was enjoyable. It really did push me. Obviously, I knew he had the time penalties, so it wasn't imperative I got past him. Just sort of sat behind. Overtook him if I had a chance, but he just didn't give me a chance. I tried to put him under pressure. I think putting him under pressure maybe gave him that 3-second penalty. But I was watching the delta to JML as well, and it kept it was almost like he was dangling a bit of meat in front of me, because he kept dropping down to below 3 seconds and then extending it to sort of 4 seconds, then dropping down again. And I thought, no, he's just toying. He's playing with his fuel to get to the end, maybe. But yeah, no, he had that race. Fair play to JML. That was his race from start to finish. Can't really complain there. Yeah, so brilliant race by Kizunzolo. I couldn't fault that. He deserved the second place, but unfortunately with the penalties, yeah, he dropped down to third. And also, fair play to Fatal Defiance as well, getting the fastest lap and driver of the day, which doesn't happen often.
Yeah, across the line P5 too, I believe.
Yeah, I think he did.
So, solid race for himself. But before we move on, I'm going to shoot it out there between JML and Zolo, since you guys aren't in the party. Congratulations on your P3 and your win of this evening. But we're going into what I consider the big one, the Belgian Grand Prix next week. How are you feeling for that race, Senna?
Yeah, it's not a bad track. Obviously, the dreaded Eau Rouge and Raidillon, that can be fun. As long as you've got the setup to keep your car planted, you should be all right. The rest of the laps are all right. It's not a hard track. It's just that one corner that catches people out. So I'm hopeful.
All right.
Hopeful.
You're going to take a little bit more spice into the championship next week, I hope.
Yes, yeah. Just keep pushing.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us this evening. One final congratulations to Senna on your P2 this evening. Hopefully we speak to you next week with your luck. You've been on quite a form lately, a couple podiums in a row now. But until next week,
racing's feeling good at the moment.
That's always a good feeling.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you guys next week at the Belgian Grand Prix. Same time, same channel. Make sure you tune in. It is probably my favorite track on the calendar, especially in real life. It is it's a splendid track. I'm stumbling over my words again. But everybody in the chat, everybody who tuned in this evening, thank you so much. Make sure you jump back with us. We'll be live again on Sunday at the same track, where the GP1 lads such as Harrison and Anton are going to take to this track and have a nice little battle. Hopefully it was as crazy as it was this evening at some points. But until then, thank you so much. We are going to sign out. Stay safe and have a wonderful weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you soon.